Okay, are we back?
Yeah.
I think we're back. Is anyone still there?
Hmm.
Oh no, yeah, we're live again.
Yeah, we're live. On my phone, we were in the broom closet when it stopped. I don't know how long we were exactly stopped.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. It just stopped. If you're watching on YouTube, it's gonna be a two-parter. This is the second part.
It's the second part. It's going to last like 5.
I think it's appropriate.
Right, it's gonna be like
You see,
a minute thing.
feel that it works.
That's a good bit.
Because the sticker is also a bucket.
Really draws people in.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Alright,
You know
well,
what?
cool.
I could take the name calling and the dismiss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Hold on, we don't have to go this way, but
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of
which
these.
sticker,
Only
Dino? The
intrinsic
bucket or property
pleasure
of Stanley?
a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
alright, did you want to go up or down?
Up. We're not going down. Up.
I don't know. So, I will say having the bucket actually changes the endings.
Another
I
miniature
get kink
Stanley
shamed
figurine.
if I say.
This, you know, there really
We don't
must
kink
be a
shame.
snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Taste the sequel. I get the feeling money's for stealing. But it's yours, of course.
Says.
So, say that's a lovely purse.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, I forgot that you can get like 3 of these on this
I'm
route.
back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness
Be a
that you
bucket.
get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I forgot there's like 3 of those figurines on this route. Or did you want to go turn the machine on? Because at this point, it's going to be totally different than it was meant to be. But it's a good
The
ending.
elevator raced downward,
Yeah, it's not
plummeting
at all.
towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
So yeah, some of the endings, he'll just comment.
Stanley and the bucket walked
about
straight ahead
Stanley
through the
and the
large
bucket.
door that read Mind Control Facility.
Some of the endings become completely different because of the bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Stanley in the bucket. Coming to Fox.
It's a good sitcom.
Once a guy
Monitors
hates
jumped
his
to
job,
life, and
got
Stanley
a
nearly dropped the
bucket.
bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It's okay, Bucket. I love Bucket.
Was the bucket
Bucket's a
under the
good
mind
friend.
control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
Then,
it.
I'll
His own
do-
life in
so
someone
we'll do
else's
this one,
control. Never!
And then I'll do
He squeezed the bucket
one of my
tighter.
favorite bucket ones,
His one
and
friend
then
in the entire world.
we'll call it for
At this
today.
point, he could
Okay.
trust no one.
Yeah, because I'm
except
starving.
for the bucket.
Yeah, Brandy will be home with our food soon. I gotta eat, and then we gotta play
But
some
here was the
Halo.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been
Bucket!
the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Silly boards.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What is up with these
Stanley
balls?
flipped through one
that's
video
on
of
brand.
silly birds after another,
Oh,
and then it
duck!
dawned on him. This wasn't a
Quick, spam
mind
ducks in
control
chat.
facility at all. It was a
all
facility for
sweet.
monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live
good bit.
streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley...
That's a goose or a swan or something, but or is that just a
Boo!
big duck? That's just a different kind of duck.
It's a long duck. Long neck duck.
Oh, Dino bonked us. Too duck horny.
No. It can't be true, Jeremy.
You know, instead of making this video part 2, I could just download them and slap them together before I upload it.
Nah, part 2 is funny.
A soft wind
It
blew
is funnier.
outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley
Figurine
hoped that he
Finders
would one day
Committee
see
meeting
weather.
today in the meeting room. Oh, the stickers are still on there now.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
I'll
him
start talking
that the
about Tails
employee
again.
lounge was simply the
Hey,
place.
Joe's the one being weird about it.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
What about
Was this
Tails?
better? No.
The Sonic character?
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I'll save the figurine ending for when we revisit this game
Okay.
Good.
because it's a long one and it's
Now
good.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Jimmy.
Hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
What?
Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is
streamers.
yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds
Go for
and
it,
no
Jeremy.
less than 13 and a half,
I can't even
pausing
read that.
only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's start this screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Your turn, Joe.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
And then just end the stream. Power move.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the
Jesus.
same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the
What?
12-legged invader who threatened our very existence and will very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they
I'm
were back
Dunny
then.
with
So
the
with that
funny.
in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Hey, where's my bucket sticker?
Yeah.
It just says property of Stanley again.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king
Oh,
of
this
comedy.
man
that's
doesn't
for sure.
say, I'm
The
Dunny
bucket
with the
spoke
funny.
to Stanley.
He doesn't.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
See, how do I know when it's not funny anymore, you know?
It's always funny.
How am I supposed to fight the alien?
The funny's never Dunny, Joe, and the aliens will win.
The humans, the weakness is the funny.
Here we go.
Dummy!
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Both babies are in here. Not all 3.
Here we go.
Muffin's
You
out
ready?
there.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh, God.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. From making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
He's not saying I'm Dunny with the funny, though.
Yeah, that's why it's not landing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, good stream.
A great stream, even.
I don't want to go that far.
Hey, I got 2 new followers. I think it's a pretty good stream.
Yeah, no, it's a great stream.
Shout out to Maddie and Heatwave.
Heatwave!
Heatwave, the elevator.
Heatwave loves elevators!
But yeah, so more Sherlock Holmes tomorrow. I mean, everybody seemed to really enjoy this, so we could play more of it Monday. I could wait another stream to start the next Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah. Bad.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna find something to eat.
But yeah. Well, yeah, that's gonna do it for us. We are Dunny with the funny.
See, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's how you know the stream's over. When we say
Dunny with the fun. And as always, stay friendly.